Okay guys, I'm making a quick video here to explain a situation that had occurred with my 2010 Mercedes GL550. Now, while driving, I was having an issue. It started to feel like the front end was wobbling. Really, it was hard to isolate if it was the driver's side or passenger side, but there was like a little wobble. The steering wheel, if I let it go, it turned to the left in order to go straight. So the alignment was off. And also you could see the steering wheel kind of going back and forth. It had, again, a wobble, and it was apparent by even looking at the steering wheel, but you could definitely feel it in your seat. There was a wobble. The passenger also could feel it. So I was wondering, okay, my alignment is off. Also, I felt like the blue. It was very subtle. So what was going on here? I checked my tire pressure. My tire pressure was good all the way around. And so I had to think back. Now, I had a nail in my passenger side rear tire that caused the tire to go flat. Well, I repaired it by pulling the nail out and doing a tire repair. You know, when you take the tool, you dig it into the tire, make the hole bigger. This is after you deflate the tire. That's pulling the inner part of the valve stem out, allowing all the air to escape. Then you take the tool and you dig it into the hole, make it bigger. And then you take another tool and you put the rubber strip into it. You throw it in there, you yank it out, and you snip the access. All right, cool. So that was repaired. But the issue didn't occur until maybe a week later. I was driving the car and it had a little wobble to it. I couldn't figure out what was going on all of a sudden. So again, I had a nail in my tire. I repaired it. And then a week later, I started to develop a wobble. And I was not able to keep the steering wheel straight. So thankfully, I had another set of wheels and tires. Now these are 20s. And the tire is not as tall. These the factory ones are 21s. These are 20s. And the sidewall on these, I think, are 40s. The 21s are, I think, 40s or I think 40s. But so I have a smaller wheel and tire option. But at the point of desperation, I knew that it would work. These wheels came off of a ML350, I believe. But I knew that they would work on my GL550. So I installed them, and the wobble and the shaking went away immediately. All of a sudden, the car was driving straight with no reciprocation of the misalignment or the unbalanced wheels or tires. So it obviously was my wheels and tires. All right, so figure that part out. Now, was it likely the tire that had went flat that I had repaired? More than likely, it could have been some damage done to that tire because it was being driven on a low air tire. So the air was low on that tire and it was driven on the highway for like maybe a day or two before it was realized that that was an issue. I could have done damage to that tire. It wasn't apparent looking at it. Sometimes you'll see like what they call a titty, a bulge in the sidewall. I didn't see that. I didn't see anything just looking at the wheel. Matter of fact, when I took the wheels off and rolled them, I couldn't see anything obvious. So sometimes it's not obvious to the eye, but it is obvious when driving. So what did I do? Am I going to just repair or replace rather that one tire from that one wheel? No, I'm going to go ahead and do a whole new set of tires. So I ordered a whole new set of tires off of eBay. I'm going to put them on the factory 21-inch wheels because I do like those 5-star AMG silver wheels that were on my GL550. So that's what I'm going to do. For the time being, I have these backups. And see, so it's nice to have an extra set of wheels and tires in your possession for your vehicle. Whether it be a Mercedes or whatever, it's nice that if you have an issue, always keep a spare. And also make sure that your spare is aired up because oftentimes spares go flat just from never being used. So just, safety purposes, make sure that your spare in your vehicle has air. Make sure the tire pressure is correct, just in case something were to happen where you actually need it. But yeah, I had backup wheels and tires. I put them on the GL550. Now it drives straight. So I know it was an issue with my tire or tires. So I went on ahead and bought a new set of tires. And once they come, I get those mounted and balanced. In my case, I do need the TPMS sensors. Those are the tire pressure sensors. Those allow you to know what your air pressure is. My factory ones, those sensors had gone bad. So that's why the car was driven on at least 2 days with low air pressure on my rear passenger tire. So that caused these issues that I developed about a week later, I believe. The original tires were all probably 6-7 years old. So it was, even though the tread was good, it was just in my best interest to go ahead and just replace them all and start fresh, and also put some new TPMS sensors. That will allow me to be safer when driving my personal vehicle. This is my personal vehicle, especially out of town, in town, whatever. I just, matter of fact, came back from Louisville, Kentucky. So it's vital, no matter if you're staying local or taking your vehicles out of town. Make sure that your tires are good. Make sure your tire pressure is good. Check that periodically. All right, it's wintertime here in Cincinnati, Ohio, and so because of that, tire pressure drops. That's all cars. Tire pressure drops when it gets cold. It expands or increases when it gets hot. All right, so keep in mind, check your tire pressure. If you have tire pressure sensors, and some of my other cars, they actually came on saying that the tire pressure was low. So give due attention to that as well. Safety first, guys, safety first. You never know what could happen, so just be prepared for worst case scenarios. Take care of your vehicle, and it will take care of you. Brandon Green, owner of Goldelementautoworks. I'm out.